So we're live and we want to break down, whether you're seeing this now or later, the timing, the patterns, the events that happened in Oklahoma and Florida with the eyewitness accounts of what people believe to be these unknown objects going through the atmosphere. And when we seen this happening, this just happened to be around the event marker of 3i Atlas, which is now just left. We're not tying this together, but people believe that a lot of different things was happening. And we got with somebody in Oklahoma who was watching the comments, and they happened to talk to somebody who was military, and we're going to be looking into what they came out and said, because this was the Oklahoma Black Disc, which it says this post has been removed. And this is what they said. But I live in Oklahoma and have a friend in the military who works with aircraft. I'll ask him some questions, and if he has anything interesting to say, I'll post it. So that was one day ago. Now we're going to find out a little bit more about what he said. And everything we're looking at here is for public discussion, so we can look into this as we're documenting all the situation here at hand. Now, there were some questions people had, and they said that these things we see right here, if you're looking on camera, we found another angle of this, which was actually another event where you can look at this and see this object, and you can see how it looks. It's this dotted looking, like basically it starts to look like a shadow and then it moves. And apparently a lot of people said they've seen this thing. And every time it happens, here's helicopters flying once again to approach this object. So a lot of people were questioning, what is it? What's happening? Is this a show in the sky? And the thing is, we went further down the line here because the question was asked was, okay, was transponders off? Because a lot of people that saw this said it wasn't showing up on radar. So I went to go and look at the FFA's post, and interestingly, they said FAA warns of military aircraft flying undetected in Caribbean. And it was December 18th, 2025. That was the day. Let's be confirming it here. So the eyewitness came out with the report in Citrus County, Florida. It was the 15th. So again, they started telling us that in the 18th. Florida, and the reason why that's happening with transponders, let's read into that. U.S. Federal Aviation Administration has issued a notification to pilots to exercise extreme caution due to worsening security situation, heightened military activity around Venezuela. So if we think about that, Florida is right there where they have to go past the Caribbean. And so we're not claiming that that's the situation, but we're saying that that's the area where people saw this event play out, and they said the transponders was off. So people didn't notice that that situation was happening. Now we want to go a little bit further down the line here because there was other situations as well where people say, well, these things come from out of the ground. Some people believe and claim that they come from out of the ground. There's no official confirmation on what this is and where they come from. But here's another thing that we want to look at here, the patterns of the situation. Now, notice they said this not too long ago. UFO tracker maps eerie cluster of unidentified objects lurking beneath U.S. shorelines. And it says we're being lied to. And that was Fox who reported that. Now, they're talking about a map, and this map is called Enigma. And the top sightings is usually in Florida. You can see Florida right there with the red marker. Texas is one and California is one. So Florida was a place that specifically we saw this event play out. So if something is beneath the shorelines, and here's the actual map of Enigma, and it says the U.S. states with the most reported USO sightings is California 389 and Florida 306. So here's what people report. And some of you were saying this, so let me know if this is what you were seeing. Both among the top 3 U.S. states with the ocean lines are like this. One of the most bizarre reports includes phone camera of video, unexplained green lights traveling beneath the surface of the ocean. So this is the common things here that people are saying is happening when these objects or whatever they're doing, they're coming from underneath. So the whole underneath scenario really kind of gave me this idea that there is something else to this story. Now, some people were saying like, well, at Fort Hood, we're hearing all types of things, and I'll get into that here in just a second. But military pilots was reporting unusual lights. They were flying upstate New York, and this was reported as well. This was a little bit earlier than the reports that we were talking about, but it's still something to pay attention to because the pilots were military and they were seeing this happening as well in the month of December. So this uptick was really interesting as the planetary defense drills was happening as well, which we're not tying to this, but now we want to move a little bit deeper into the scenario. Because as we get back to the eyewitnesses on the ground, the people who are speaking, all this for public uh, situation, so we can understand this and look at this. So, person says, I saw a few nights back, I had a similar kind of look to it from unaided eye, just an odd red flicker bouncing around. Others with me said they saw a discernible disc through and it dropped straight down. The bigger question would be, why now? Why this? And that leads us to the forum just a few days ago on Reddit, which the person said where it's been deleted, but you can still see the comments now. So I'm still going to take you to that. So now I'm giving you this statement here. I live in Oklahoma. We have a friend in the military who works with aircraft. I'll ask him some questions, and if he has anything interested to say, I'll post it. So now I'm going to let you listen to exactly what she found out. It says, all right, after speaking with my friend and looking around on flight radar, it was a Chinook. Now, just for you to understand this, we want to give you the story really quickly here, just a little bit of it, a clip of it.
For a second, the phones never catch.
So yeah, it pretty much wouldn't show the rest of that, but that was just a little bit of it. If you want to see the full video clip, we'll be promoting it at the end of this. But let's get back into what they said. All right, it says, while looking around the flight radar, it was a Chinook. Now, I don't know if any of you all have ever had a Chinook pass by close to your home, but it was loud, so it makes sense that it would wake people up. He also said that the night flights are normal training and it isn't something random. He was able to suss out the actual base of the origin on the aircraft as well, and it fits the same rhetoric. As for the object, it was following well. Shrug. He doesn't know. The only thing that comes to mind is a drone interceptor training, but that doesn't fit the location. So wherever the object they were following, this is not officially confirmed, just to state that this is what they're saying. They've heard from somebody in the military, but that person didn't know what the object was, or maybe they couldn't say what the object was. That's what I'm basically claiming here. Somebody says, nice, I caught you live. So what else is going on here in the area? And a lot of you were telling me in Oklahoma, and I see the number 144. I seen it just yesterday when I was doing this video, and it's the same number again today. So that's interesting that that's that many people in here right now, but I want to go a little bit further into the scenario. As all this was happening and taking place, when we look at this, as we have these aircraft showing up and these black objects showing up in our atmospheres, some people get the sense that these things are a spiritual sense. And people believe that the black tentacle objects are coming from the ground. And with these underground water bases, that could be a potential. Some people believe that this is holographic in nature as well. And that could be another potential at hand here. The big thing that is happening, though, even outside of this, some people were saying they were hearing certain noises and certain things that wasn't usual. These growling noises in the atmosphere, which is something else I haven't really dug deep into. But if you're hearing that, let me know whatever location you're in as well. Another person says, why would Atlas affect the Schumann resonance? I'm not sure about that at all. But here's what happened in Fort Hood. A lot of you was messaging me in the chat and they said, oh, Fort Hood has been a lot of aircraft. From what I see, this is what happened at Fort Hood. You can see that on screen here. That came out already about what was going on in that area. So again, that was some training happening over there. As far as this event right here, this is something that we really have to pay close attention to, because as this peaks up, it's this planetary defense drill. Atlas now gone. And now at the forefront is still this event here, still the ongoing situation. And if you just tuned in here and you don't even know what's happening, you don't even know what's going on, if you look right here on screen, you'll see that this was the original eyewitness upload here that I put out just yesterday. And that one was pretty much showing you the full documentation. You can listen to the eyewitnesses all within that video. You can find it in the live chat right now. Also be on the left-hand side of the screen right as this video ends. And I encourage you, if you haven't seen that, to dive deeper into that situation, because it's going to tell you a lot about the oncoming situation. And some people said the photos, the videos was too grainy. Sure, but we're still investigating the whole process together as we look through a certain event markers to figure out what's going on. Hi JW, I posted about the object that I saw on my page. We are in GA. Okay, send that to me. Give me that link. Anybody who has links, send it to me. While I'm looking down, I'm looking in the chat to find out more, because the reason why this video is continuing is, like I said, it was an ongoing situation. It's because a lot of people in the community here are getting us more information. Somebody says, if it isn't a hologram, another possibility is that the military, this is what they're claiming here, is trying some new stuff, or a third possibility is they're trying to gauge our reactions to something. Yes, so people believe that that could be a possible scenario. Like we said, none of these confirmed right now. Only thing that was is when we came out with the FFA report and we showed you how transponders was off. So we do now know that you're going to start seeing more helicopters fly, and you're not going to know why. You're not going to know where. And specifically in Florida, we have pinpointed that as a situation. And that's where this event happened. So this really right now is going to get a little bit more deeper. And we're going to have to dig deeper into the rabbit hole to see where this all goes. Another person in the chat says, this is a hi Jay Dreamers. Is Jay Dreamers here? Oh, what's going on, Jay? Thanks for the radioactivity alert. That was useful info and relevant. Oh, definitely. That video is on the channel too, because it's now a global thing where the IAEA is now looking into that situation. But that's another video. You can check that out after this video is over. A helicopter was flying in my area, somebody says, gauging our reaction. Yes, I've been seeing helicopters that have no identity on Flight Radar 24. Dwight McQueen says that's going to happen a lot more. And as we move into these different cycles and shifts and events, maybe we are getting our reaction gauged out, and we'll just have to figure out more. Like we said, when we can confirm more, we'll come out and give you that information. So for right now, stick around, stay tuned, subscribe so you can get more information from the ongoing situations, from the community, from me, from you. We'll be looking into all these events. And the first video, like we said, will be on the left-hand side with the eyewitnesses tying in everything that you need to know about this event that people really wasn't seeing because it came out. Eyewitnesses gave the footage and I handed it all to you.